As usual, short video today. Just two things that I want to bring up. One, you've heard and heard and heard and heard and heard this week, but it's worth bringing up again, and that's the Artemis 2 mission around the dark side of the moon and back to Earth, and then successfully. And bringing back or sending back some absolutely fabulous pictures of the dark side of the moon, of the Earth, of a solar eclipse. Now, this has been a long time coming. It's been 50 years or so since we landed on the moon for the last time. And that was the Apollo 13, I think, mission in 1972, thereabouts. So, it's been a while. Now, we didn't land on the moon this time. They say they're planning to next year. And then in 2028, they want to go back and start building a base on the moon. They believe they have found water at the South Pole, frozen, and there's all kinds of things could be done with that, including creating oxygen and hydrogen propellants that would allow us to then use that moon base to create additional rocket propellant to further send the spacecraft to Mars and back. Kind of a refueling station. So look forward to seeing if NASA can get that done. But pretty darn proud of what they've done so far. Now, the other thing that I want to bring up, there's probably nothing can be done about it now, and yet maybe there is. And that is about 20-year disagreement with former Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld. And this centers on a Marine Corps sergeant by the name of Rafael Peralta. Sergeant Peralta was not an American citizen. He was born in Mexico City. He was a Mexican citizen, but we allow citizens of other countries to serve in our military. And they can earn citizenship by doing it. I served in the Navy with a lot of Filipinos who were citizens of the Republic of the Philippines for the time being. But then some of them had first come into the Navy as citizens of the Republic of the Philippines and had since then become American citizens too. You never really knew for sure unless you asked. But Sergeant Peralta died for this country serving in Fallujah, Iraq. This was during a firefight with Iraqi militias. And in World War II, what he did would have been an automatic almost Medal of Honor. A grenade was thrown into where his squad was, his team, whatever, I don't know if it was his squad or his platoon or anyhow, whatever team he was with at that point, and he fell on it. Well, the grenade went off while he was laying on it, so it ruined his life, but it saved the lives of the other men in his team, and possibly women. I don't know if the Marines had women in combat at that point or not, or in that particular team anyway. Now, he was put into the Medal of Honor. Secretary Rumsfeld turned it down on the basis that there were witnesses who said he had been wounded and fell on the grenade accidentally because of his wounds. Not too long ago, I brought up World War II Medal of Honor winner, Roger Young. He too was wounded when he fell on that grenade, but he was still awarded the Medal of Honor because he fell on the grenade on purpose. Now, to say that Sergeant Peralta may or may not have fallen on the grenade because of his wounds is immaterial as far as I'm concerned. The fact is, he fell on the grenade and he did not try to get off of it. He gave his life for his team. He gave his life for this, not even his, this country. His country was still Mexico. Now, it's been a while. This was during the George W. Bush administration, obviously, since Rumsfeld was the Secretary of Defense. And at the time, reading Sergeant Peralta's story, I was, to say the least, upset. Because as far as I'm concerned, if somebody lays their life down like that, they deserve every accolade we can give them. And I don't care what country they're a citizen of, or what country they want to be a citizen of, or whatever. The fact is, they did what they did. And it deserves recognition. Now, we have, since then, been through, well, we're on our third president the second time. Because we had 2 terms of Obama, and then a term of Trump, and then a term of Biden, and now we're on a second term of Trump. I'm not meaning to cause any trouble or anything like that, but especially my veteran viewers, my veteran friends, and even more so the Marine Corps veterans, and Navy and Marine Corps. We may fight like cats and dogs, but most of it's done in good fun. 9 years in the Navy, I had 9 years of great respect for the Marines I worked with. And I believe those Marines had respect for me. Oh, we would go at each other loggerhead to loggerhead. Not fighting, no boxing matches or anything like that, just, verbally, but it was primarily in good fun. But I would like to see my Navy and Marine Corps veteran viewers especially, but all of my veteran viewers, just take a minute, go to your congressman, go to your senators, by letter or email or phone call to their office. Go to the White House. Bring up Sergeant Peralta's case again. That's RAFAEL PERALTA, Sergeant USMC. Okay? and note that we disagree with Secretary Rumsfeld, and we believe that Sergeant Peralta deserves that Medal of Honor that he was denied. After all, he gave his life for this country. He gave his life saving his team. And you can say, well, maybe he fell on that grenade because of his wounds and his death was half accidental. He didn't try to get off of that grenade, now did he? So let's look at it that way and respond accordingly.